Hi, I'm Ari. Welcome to my channel, Ari Curtis Trading. So in my first video, I said I was going to hold myself accountable to making videos to document and blog my journey as a new trader. And I fell off and I didn't post anything after that. So I am now 2.5 months into my trading journey, which we're still early, right? I started sim trading in June, July of 2023. Yeah. And then I took my first trade, my first live trade, November 15th of 2023. So here we are, February 5th. And I wanted to hop on here because I said I was going to do this and I'm going to hold myself accountable. I want to share and be transparent the wins and losses, the lessons learned as I'm going. So one of the things I wanted to talk about today, because it's fresh on my mind and it just happened, and I actually recorded a video the same day that it happened, but I was all over the place with my emotions and I don't know that the story would have tracked. And now that I've had a few days to process it, I'll talk about it. So I'm looking right now at my chart for Meta, and I was in Meta the day that it had the huge jump, the record day. And from what I've read, it is a record for the stock market, period. They broke records. So I was in it and I was waiting for earnings. I was in it. My mentor has told me try to stay out during earnings weeks because it can be crazy and chaotic and it can move up or down really fast. And I happened to be in Meta already because it was a swing trade I was taking. And so I was still in it. And at 3 o'clock, I'm in the car rider line waiting for to pick up my kids. And so I still had another 15-20 minutes in the car rider line. So I was pulling up my CNBC app and just kind of waiting on the news. And then all of a sudden, I look at the numbers for Meta, and I'm going to zoom into the minute so that I can even be more specific to what I saw and what happened. And I was watching this live and I thought, no way. I thought it was a mistake on the CNBC app, to be honest with you. Okay, so I'm almost there. I'm scrolling. Okay, here we go. So minute 3, so by 3:03, still not a whole lot of movement. It was still at like 394, 395. It was fluctuating. And then by minute 5, 3:05, it was 394 to a high of 398. And then the very next minute, which was, I was still in the CNBC app reading an article. I look at the numbers and I think this is not real. It went from 397 to 420, huge jump in 1 minute. So I log into my account, my brokerage account, and I go ahead and place my target to get out. Past experiences told me that the excitement can last for a little bit. It may not always last. It may not keep going. So I just got out and I placed my target exit at 422-ish, 422 and some change. I don't have it right here in front of me, but so I placed it and it sold like that. I was out of my trade. I had exceeded my daily target. I was excited, happy, all the things, right? Yay, I had closed it out finally, and I couldn't believe what I was watching. I thought it was unreal, but then it was verified on my brokerage app. All these emotions going through. Mind you, I'm reading a lot of books related to the trading psychology because your psychology, your emotions have a lot to do with how you trade. And so I experienced a burst of excitement, right? Just like, yay, I closed it out. I can't believe what's happening. I'm watching it. And then it keeps going and it keeps going and it keeps going. And it got to, let's move this and see. That day it got all the way up to a high of 455.87. Okay. By this time, it's 3:52. Okay, I'm at my daughter's robotics practice. And actually it was their end of year or end of the season robotics party. So I'm sitting at the party and I open up my app just to kind of peek in and see how it's doing. Did it go back down? Did it stay up? What was happening? Did it kind of just fizzle out? And it had gone up $20 plus, $25 plus from where I sold. And then I started experiencing feelings of, oh man, I cut too soon, like disappointment. It almost felt like I took a loss, even though I took a huge win, even though I exceeded my daily goal, even though all these positive things, right? Then all of a sudden my stomach hurt and I was like, oh, but I could have. And then I started calculating what it could have been. And that was dumb. I mean, those those emotions they talk about in the book, in all of the books that I've been reading, but reading about it and then experiencing the emotions are crazy. Because I had to remind myself, like I had to be intentional. You took a win. You exceeded your goal. You did what you were supposed to do. It could have turned down or it could have done any number of things, but a win is a win is a win. I was in the green and I had to remind myself to be grateful, because in that moment it's really easy to be like, oh, but I coulda, shoulda, woulda. Because it could have turned down too. It could have, fizzled out. It could have done a million different things. And so that was a lesson for me firsthand on gathering my thoughts and having an attitude of gratitude, like being thankful for exceeding my goal for that day. And so anyway, so that was the meta thing. That was a lesson learned too. And then I also learned some lessons in maybe strategies on how to exit a trade that is running like that. So I processed different things that I could possibly have done differently. I could have sold a part of my position and let the rest of my position run up, right? I could have sold enough to where it was double or triple my daily goal already, and the rest of it could have kept running. A million different things that I processed, but because I had never been in that situation, I have never experienced that. So I've prepared myself mentally and in my trades to put a stop loss, whether it's a physical stop loss or a mental stop loss. I've calculated the numbers, like if it does this, then I'm going to do that. So those kinds of things in my plan. But I've never experienced the run up like I did firsthand with Meta. And in that moment, it's such a split second decision on what you're going to do that I immediately went into capture my profits mode. And without a thought, I sold my whole position out and I got out, and it was a good trade. It was a good trade. But there were a number of different ways that I could have captured either more profit or, had a plan in place for if something like that happened. So that was a lesson learned. So there's that. And then what I've started to do, when I sit down to trade now is prepare for the ups and the downs in situations that are unexpected. And I wrote up a new trading plan. I had one before, but I wrote up a new one. And I keep it here on my desk on a clipboard. Actually, you can't even see. You're not going to be able to read it because I'm just going to show it to you for a second. But I can post it. But I keep it here next to me. And the idea is stick to my plan consistently and don't deviate from the plan, because I also took some losses this past month. Actually, not in February, in January with Tesla. So lots of lessons learned January and February, good and bad lessons. But yeah, I didn't want another day to go by without me posting or sharing something. I did have something else on my mind and I didn't write it down because I really want this to be more of like a comfortable conversation I'm just having about what's going on. Maybe I do need to start writing stuff down so I don't forget what to share. I know I wanted to share on Meta because that was, I made a few videos for Meta, and because I was all over the place that day, I think I made 2 because I got a call that interrupted a part of that video. I was doing it from my phone. This one is from my computer. And then the second time might have been interrupted. So I think both of them were interrupted by a phone call, which is why I decided, you know what, I have to record from my computer from now on, because when people call my phone, it interrupts whatever I'm recording, and then I lose my train of thought, etc., etc. But yeah, that I just remembered because I was looking at my phone and I have my account pulled up on my phone. And so one of the things I also wanted to address is this morning by 9 o'clock. Yeah, by 9 o'clock, I think. I had already hit my goal for the day. And one of the rules I wrote, I hope I added it to my new plan because I know I had it on my old plan. Let me look. I did not. I need to add it back into this one because I started with a fresh template. Okay, so one of the rules I did. Number 4 for me in my trading plan is if I've reached my limit for the day, stop trading. Like, don't force a trade just because I've reached my limit, my target. I've reached my target in the past and then gotten a little over trading happy or overconfident or whatever you want to call it. And I started trading more. And one of the things that psychologically we need to be aware of is that just like you can be trading emotionally, like with negative emotions, where you could be revenge trading or, you know, whatever emotion you're feeling at that time, positive emotions can also negatively affect your trading because you can get overconfident or overexcited and just kind of start jumping into things because you're like, yeah, I met my goal. Now I'm just going to keep trying and keep going. But just as quick as you start doing that, you could start eating away at what your target was for that day. Or there's many schools of thought on that. I've heard different things from different people. Like if you're in the zone, keep going, right? Which I had one of those days last week I wrote it down because I like to keep stuff on sticky notes now to kind of keep myself going. February 1st. Yeah, it was the day of Meta. So no, it was February 2nd. It was the next day where I was trading and things were flowing and I exceeded my goal and I kept trading and it was going really, really well. So there was that. But I was trading in the zone. There was like momentum and everything was just kind of falling into place. There was A+ setups and I have defined for myself in my trading plan what an A+ setup is for me. And then today comes along and I met my goal by 9. So I got a little excited and I started trading. One of those trades took out what I made and brought me back to zero again. And then a second trade brought me below that. And then another trade brought me back. So there was a lot of up, down for today. I usually try to finish trading by noon. It's 11:22 right now, so I'm still in some live trades. But I've got some, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 trades going on right now, and I've got the parameters set on them so that I don't have to keep watch on them, targets and stop losses and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so I could have stopped. I should have stopped according to my trading plan. I should have stopped after I met my target, unless I saw A+ setups and I was trading in the zone and there were opportunities that I could take that were good. Not forcing any opportunities or anything like that. So yeah, that was the other thing I wanted to talk about, because it's really easy to like leave your trading plan and start doing your own thing apart from your trading plan. But from every trader that I have read up on, or either read their books or listened to their podcasts, or all the learning I've done, they all say consistency is key. Stick to your trading plan. Stick to your trading plan. So even if that means you take some losses by sticking to your trading plan, it's the perfecting of those processes and skills that you want to do consistently that'll eventually get you to where you need to be. So consistency is key. Sticking to your trading plan is key. But yeah, so that's the goings on so far. I need to be more consistent about making these videos, because I really, really do want to share the lessons I'm learning as I'm learning them, so that I can go back myself and see where I started. And remember all these lessons as I go. So thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you come back and check out another video. Bye.